You painted.
Oh, yeah.
White.
Brighten things up.
It looks good. Oh. I'm interrupting your Law and Order.
Oh, I can watch it whenever.
TiVo?
Yeah, I programmed it to record Law and Order whenever it's on, an endless stream.
I see mine rerun all the time. It's so humiliating.
You're kidding. Why have I never seen it?
Skater pothead. What? No, man, I wasn't in the park that night.
Very good.
Please. I told the casting director I couldn't skate. He said, oh, it's okay, there's not much skating. They sent me the shooting script. Of course, I'm on a skateboard in every scene.
I used to not like Law and Order, but then it really started to grow on me.
Oh, yeah?
I have this theory about it.
When did you start watching all this TV? I don't remember you being a big TV person.
It never was before.
Was it after Craig died?
Maybe. When I couldn't sleep, I'd watch TV.
I had trouble
I'd watch
sleeping.
these shows.
The worst time for me was actually months after, when the official report came out that said it was an accident. After that, I just couldn't sleep for some reason.
Yeah, the grief comes at different times. It's so unpredictable.
But I came up with this theory. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, definitely.
Well, I realize that all of these shows, all of the Law and Orders and all the ripoffs have the exact same structure. Someone dies and a whole team of specialists spring up to figure out how to solve the mystery of the person's death.
Right?
Which I think is a fantasy people have. That they won't be forgotten. That their death won't just be accepted and mourned, but that an entire community will come together. All of these special people, lawyers and scientists,
Forensic experts, judges, detectives, who are devoted, who will not stop until the mystery of the person's death is solved, and therefore symbolically reversed.
Wow.
only took me 6,000 episodes to figure it out.
Good use of insomnia. You know, it's weird with me lately. I've been sleeping fine, but then out of nowhere doing the play, like the other night, I had this fantasy, this image almost of a Black Hawk helicopter crashing through the ceiling of the theater.
While you were on stage?
At the curtain call. And curtain calls have always been kind of weird for me. I sort of forget who I am. Am I me or am I the character? But lately, it's like, I feel like Craig in the curtain call. And I thought, well, it makes sense. That's how I started acting when I was little. I would pretend that I was him. So maybe it's a delayed grief reaction, like?
Maybe.
Tim thinks I have post-traumatic stress disorder. It keeps bugging me to see his shrink. But I'm like, no, if this is grief, these moments, then I should feel it, right? I don't want to medicate my grief away.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I think Tim is right. It does sound like you should see one.
Really? You think? Huh. That surprises me. I'll think about it then. I'm sorry. I feel a little silly asking this, but are you moving?
Oh, you mean the boxes?
Not
Hey,
So I don't think Peter's gonna make it home tonight.
Why not?
I've been trying to get him up for 15 minutes.
Craig,
I don't know what else to do.
wake him up. Call him a car.
What's
I'll
the
help
big
you get...
deal if he just crashes on the
I
couch?
don't want him here.
You don't.
I don't want him
Why
here.
don't you want him here?
All right, what's happening?
What?
Something's happening.
So say it then. What?
You don't want to be alone with me.
That's not true. Kelly, I'm going to Iraq. My brother's...
You're going to Georgia.
I'm going to Georgia, then I'm going to Iraq. What, do you think I'm being dramatic?
Yes, I do.
Look, he's not... I don't feel right just throwing him into a car.
Why not?
Because I think he's scared, and I don't think you should have to wake up alone in the morning like I feel.
Keep saying he's scared. We talked about the war half the night. He didn't sound scared at all. He sounded very
We
confident.
were talking about politics, not me leaving.
Yes, but if he was so scared, I really don't think he would have been able to disagree with you the way he did.
Not even. He's just putting on a show for Tim.
What?
Tim is against the wars. Whatever,
No,
the
what
point
do you
is,
mean
whatever.
putting on a show?
That's actually not how Peter feels. Peter is not against the war. He's just saying that for Tim's sake.
What?
Peter told me that because Tim marches against the war and because all their friends are against it, it's just easier for him to keep quiet about how he really feels.
So everything he was saying was
His
just...
feelings are complicated. He's against the administration, but the actual war he feels is worth fighting. Tim doesn't feel that way. Obviously.
Is that what this is about?
What?
Are you acting this way because I was agreeing with Tim?
Acting what way?
Not wanting to be alone.
Kelly, I do want to be alone with
Kelly,
you.
you were getting pissed off
At dinner, I just thought it had something to do with Tim. Is that why you were so pissed? Because I was saying that I thought...
We have never really talked about the war in the terms we did tonight.
Yes, we have.
I recall you saying to me it would be good for Saddam to be out of power. When the war started, you disagreed with how we got into it, but you felt the Iraqis would... When we watched Tony Blair with Bush, remember you said how articulate he
Craig,
was?
I said it was a fake war that they were lying about to get us into.
You don't remember when we watched Blair?
I was, theoretically, we were talking about human rights in general.
And I remember you more or less agreeing with me.
I was sympathetic in the abstract to the idea of human rights. And what do you expect me to argue for, Saddam Hussein? This is ridiculous. You are purposefully misremembering.
Now I'm wondering what else I've said to you that you're unclear on.
What does that mean?
I'm wondering about us having a baby.
What about it?
I thought we were clear.
We just talked about it tonight. When I get back, when I finish
In
school.
front of Peter.
What?
Peter brought it up. Peter asked if we were planning on having a baby. Were you saying that just to please him?
Kelly, we've talked about this 100 times. I want to wait till I'm back. I want to wait until I'm teaching. I don't want to take more money from your father.
I don't see what the big deal